All right, so I think we are live. Not sure yet. Just give me a second to check. Make sure that we are live already.
I think we are live.
We are live. Okay, so hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Eliteserien Fantasy. Game week 6 is just behind us, and for the first time we have a week off until game week 7. Today I'm joined by Jakob, who is present at the moment, and Espen, who is running late, but we activated the bench boost. Hopefully we see him during the stream. Jakob, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. I am on vacation and enjoying the sun and hopefully enjoying a good round of fantasy in the coming weekend as well.
Right. So, meanwhile, welcome to everyone, and we appreciate it's a tough time probably because there is FPL points to play for, and Man City against Newcastle is running now. So for the captains of KDB, they are doing well. Foden, they have to wait, and Mahrez, they have already got some points. But here we will focus on Eliteserien Fantasy. So welcome everyone on the stream. Neil Baxter, welcome. How are you? Ignatius, welcome. My friend, of course, John Greek as well. Welcome. Madasaki FC, welcome as well. Welcome everyone. And today we will discuss a few things on the show. So Jakob, tell us what's going on today.
Yeah, today we are going to talk about the Rosenborg assets. Is it the time to bring them in again? Because they have some really good fixtures, especially in defense. We're going to, of course, look back at game week 6. Is it time to maybe use a chip, the double captain chip? And we're going to look ahead of our game week 7 plans.
All right, so let's start and kick off by reviewing game week 6 and see how we did. We've been all victims to the fear of Ikram, and we've all captained Ikram, at least both of us. And we missed out on a mega haul of Junker, who was my vice captain. So 66 points for me could have been 81 had I went with my gut and the info we've got about possible bench to Ikram. It was like much better option at the end to captain a Bodo Glimt player. Junker 17 points, Salvesen pretty useless 2 points. Ikram with a cameo, that's 2 points. Was very tough to take. Sandberg, another blank. I think his days are over. Pellegrino, what a legend. Singernagel, what a man, what a guy. And JP Hager with 8 points as well. My defense for the second week in a row, they don't get more than 5 points combined. So Makani 2 points, Dalan 2 points, and Peterson 1 point, and that's all. Rigerson did not show up since I wildcarded in game week 4, and Aspak picked up an injury, so he missed out. My current rank is 2,180, which is a green arrow of 150 places. So imagine if I've got the 15 points from Junker, then I would have been around 1,100. Big difference at the moment. At this moment in time, tough to take, but we carry on. Jakob, I do feel for you. 55 points with a hit, so that's a net of 51. What is going on, and who was the star and who was the disappointment for you?
Yeah, 55 minus 4. You can just call me the Captain Jinxer, because when I decide to captain Ikram, he starts on the bench and blanks. And as you said, it was the Ikram at home to Mjøndalen. It sounds really good, but in the back of my head, I was thinking maybe he will be benched. But there was also some rumors that Pellegrino, who was going to be my captain, was going to be benched. So then I went for the safe option with Ikram. I thought that Brand would defend better against Bodo Glimt, so that's why I didn't go for Sinkernagel. But yeah, I got some great points from some like Sinkernagel and Pellegrino, but they are so highly captained that it doesn't really matter. And as you see up top, I don't have the hat-trick man Junker, which really hurts. Not Hauge as well. And Berg has stopped getting bonus points. Happy with one of my transfer that I got in Dunham, 8 points. Should have had more.
Nice.
Missed a big chance as well. So I'm happy to keep him. And as you said, my defense as well, not a lot of points. So yeah, it's 55 and a rank of 10k, which is a brilliant rank in FPL and a terrible rank in Eliteserien.
6 game weeks only gone, so that's 20% of the season. A lot of time to catch up, indeed. So let's start by going through game week 6 matches, and we start with a draw between Start and Viking, 1-1 with a late equalizer from Viking. Any thoughts, any considerations from this game? Daland, was it close from a clean sheet? How did Start look defensively?
Yeah, I watch it, of course, with because I'm a Viking fan, so I watch more Viking than Start, and I was disappointed because Viking looked better against Sandefjord, and I was expecting us to score more than 1 goal. We were close to take the victory, but he missed a big chance at the end there, but I think it was fair to end up in a draw. As you said, in a fantasy perspective, it was irritating to see Dalan lose his clean sheet. But yeah, the one thing that we can see here as well, Bell, another 2 bonus points. He's starting to be like the new Berg from Bodø/Glimt. He's on set pieces as well. So yeah, fair draw, and Bell something to look out for.
Nice. Okay. Next game week, next match of the game week is Valerenga against Alessand. Kind of did not expect it, but it ended with a draw of 2-2. So sort of like the game actually a draw. Fenna and with a goal, Dunham with an assist, Williamson with an assist as well, and Fried Johnson with 2 goals of Alessand and nothing for Castro. But only a yellow card. So what are the takes from this game? And Eddie Kirkby, who was sent off, will miss out on, I believe, 1 or 2 matches. There will
One
be
match, I believe.
1 match against Mjøndalen. So what are the takeaways from the game?
Yeah, I only watched the second half, and when I looked at the result at halftime, it was 1-0 to Olsen, and then straight after halftime they scored another. Fridjonsson with 2. He's really good. The first goal was really nice header, but yeah, that was like because I owned Dunham, and then Vålerenga switched it, and in a matter of like 5 minutes they equalized, scored 2 goals, Finne and Stokke. So for Williamson owners, although he played all right, Stokke scored, so maybe he will get more game time now. Dunham with an assist. Ålesund defense again. When they're up 2-0, you expect them to like close and not concede too many chances, but Vålerenga should have scored more than 2 goals in that second half. So they're still leaking at the back, Ålesund. And he has said the red card. I see a lot of debate on it on Twitter. It was a second dive, red card for Vålerenga. So,
yeah.
But I think it was a clear dive, and that ruined the last 15 minutes for Vålerenga. So yeah.
Yeah, even Eddie Kirkby himself posted on Twitter explaining what happened, and the more I look at the dive in brackets, the more I feel there was a touch, but that touch was, you feel that he reacted late to it. So probably, it was a quick, and of course there is no VAR to have a look at this, and so it feels a bit harsh.
I think maybe the ref could only don't give a yellow card, don't give a penalty, just let the situation run, because you don't have to book him for every time he falls in the box, you know.
Yeah, it felt that way because he cut inside and he had a clear opportunity to assist. So it's a tough one, but he will be suspended for 1 match unless we hear that it was overturned or something. But yeah, Bodø/Glimt, they are working the Eliteserien at the minute. I was on a debate between Bodø/Glimt, the best attack in the Eliteserien before this game week, and Brann is the best defense in Eliteserien with only 5 goals conceded before this game. Doesn't matter. 5-0 against Brand with Juncker hat-trick, Sinkernagel, a goal and 2 assists. And JP Hager with an assist, and everybody pretty much in the attack contributed. So whoever you got points. Saltness with a goal and assist as well. A question, and you probably on Berg now. Is Berg now becoming a wasteful third spot for Bodo Glimt, given how many points the other attackers are getting?
Yeah, I believe so. I was debating on the Slack earlier today that I should get rid of Berg to free up the space to get in Hauge because, and I listened to the Norwegian podcast with the Jonas, and he also said that he doesn't believe that Berg will continue to get these bonus points. And he believes that Sinkernagel, Junker, Saltnes, and Hauge will get them more. So then I need to get rid of him to get in Saltnes or Hauge, because this game was like, I was watching, there's like a show in Norway where they show all the goals, and there's experts who's watching, and one of the experts just started laughing every time Bodø Glimt was in attack because Brann defended so poorly and Bodø Glimt just ripped them apart. So you definitely have to have 3 attacking players from this team because wow, they are really good.
Yeah, game week by game week, I feel that indeed, Bird is not the third. Is not the best third pick for Bodo Glimt. We relied pretty much on the bonus points, and admittedly, no, Saltness and Haley are better picks. So if I own the 3 attackers, so I'm in a good position. But I would indeed consider selling Bird if I have him. So the fixtures are still good. Allison next, Christiansen, Mjøndalen. Next 3 fixtures are good. Molde, they don't keep a lot of clean sheets, so they can definitely score against Molde. So the run they have is amazing, I would say. All right, going ahead to Molde with a very weak a very small win. That's this description against Mjøndalen with 2 goals against 1. Tito Lano and Orsnes with the goals, and Christensen and Knudsen with an assist. Eikram and James were benched. Abraham did not return this game week. He was taken off early. Probably good for the owners because it was a tough game week anyway. But what do you think of Molde defense? Gregerson did not appear since game week 4. Hayden is still injured. They concede goals. They don't keep many clean sheets. So, what do you think?
Yeah, especially in the start of the first half, I think Molde was lucky to. They scored on their 2 chances while Mjøndalen missed their 3 big chances. And also Mjøndalen missed a penalty saved from Linde. So there's definitely not. They don't look that great, but of course they have had some injuries. Gregerson again missed out, so maybe if they get him back in, they will look more solid. But they, in almost every game in the last couple of game weeks, they have conceded a lot of chances and has been lucky to only concede 1 or 2 goals, I believe. But luckily for the Gregerson owners, we will get the lineup for Molde game before this game week, so we can see if he starts or not. Because if he doesn't start again, I might have to get rid of him. Right.
Yeah. Sounds wise. I'm not happy with the Gregerson at all. For me, I think I have more plans in my attack. I have bigger problems in my team than selling Gregerson. But the problem is that their cover is Daland, who is not keeping clean sheet, and also who is that? Aspak as well. He's injured. So I'm in a terrible position now. Vidar Johnson, who should be an out of position player, he is actually a right back again. So I'm not benefiting from that. I have 2 defenders from bad defenses. So I have to sort this out as soon as possible. But not quite happy with that. A goalless game between Odd and Haggesand. Nothing much to report attacking wise, but Dessler owners must be happy. 3 clean sheets in a row for Harrison. Arguably good fixtures they had, but they are facing Molde, Vålerenga, and Viking and Rosenborg in the next 4 game weeks. So the question is, are we going to ditch Sandberg and possibly the defense as well?
I agree with the Sandberg. He hasn't, as I've seen, he's played a lot of 90 minutes. They have got a full week of rest now, but he looks quite tired, and I think you have to rely on a penalty to get some points from him because they don't look that great in offense. And if you want, like, the guy who's looked best in offense for Haugesund, it's Velde. He's the one who's created the most chances there. But I don't think I would get rid of Haugesund defense because with 3 clean sheets in a row, although they haven't met like the best teams at home, especially, they are good at like not conceding a lot, playing at grass compared to the other playing artificial grass. So not buy if you don't have already, but I will keep if you have Haugesund defender in your team.
Yeah, sounds good. Odd, they look toothless again after selling Boroven. Laudritsen is not up there, and I'm not sure about Bakenga. Did he get a cameo? I'm not sure if
he was subbed in at the end of the game.
All right. So we are not sure yet who is the main striker. I would imagine they signed Bakenga to be the number 1 striker, but we will see if he how he settles in Odd, and how is he gonna be in terms of when he scores. How is he gonna settle in the team? Whether he performs or not. 6.5 looks okay price, but we are starting already for that spot at this price for a striker. So it would be a gold if he comes good. Sarpsborg, a 3-0 win against Sandefjord, and finally Strand Larsen gets his first goal of the season. So is the bandwagon back to Sarpsborg? Thomasson with an assist, and Strand Larsen got 2 bonus points. So happy days. Sarpsborg have good fixtures going forward. Start, Stabæk, and Odd in the next 3. So did they turn the table around and they are good target to invest defensively or offensively? What do you think?
Yeah, 3-0 victory. Like, I didn't know even Sarpsborg could score goals. So like 3 goals is amazing for them. And I felt like it was like back to preseason this game week because Strand Larsen scored, Saletros looked good, Islamovic and Zachariasen scored. So it was like the good players from preseason finally delivered. Not Boyang though, of course, with the yellow card again. But for a striker, it's important to have confidence. So for Strand Larsen to finally get that goal, you saw in the celebration how much it meant to him. Maybe with the fixtures, he could be like a differential, but Børven from Rosenborg also have good fixtures, and Junker just looks amazing. So you have to have the third striker because I don't think you can swap one of those out for Strand Larsen. But if you have him already, of course, keep Saletros again with 2 assists. Maybe someone to consider. I'm considering him as like a replacement for Berg to enable a third Bodø/Glimt place. And I also know someone in the chat and who follows closely, Kenneth. And I also watched back the game on a guy named Koulibaly who scored the first goal, got 3 bonus points. Looked quite good for Sarpsborg. So he also could be a differential if you want to go for one.
Yeah, at 5.8 looks. It's tough to consider this price point because I think the midfield is quite easy and self-pickable, I would say, if that's an English word. So you have to get at least 2 from Bodø/Glimt, Eikrem, and Perurino maybe. So he could be a 5th option, a 5th midfielder in a 3-5-2 or 4-5-1. But I also like Saletros. He's got 2 assists, and he has been playing really well overall. Didn't get assists before that, but I think at his price 4.9 is even lower than his price. I think there is value in this guy. So I'm definitely looking at him for the next at least couple of game weeks before I swap him to another pick, basically. Probably one of the stubby guys. I think the fixtures get much better after in couple of game weeks time. We will go through them once we cover the stubby Rosenborg game. Next game is Storm Grutset against Kristiansand. Pellegrino with an amazing goal, probably the goal of the season. But they gave up the 2 goals lead into a draw, and Maigard assist, but nothing for Salvesen. So, Storm Grutset, are we done with them? And the Kristiansand, are we jumping on their train?
Yeah. First of all, I have to say this game should have ended like 5-5. And if you look at saves in this game, Myra 8 saves and Bias 6 saves. So it was an amazing game to watch. As for Strømsgod's assets, Maigard, a lucky assist.
Mm.
That was Jack who got lucky assist. Maigard got but it was a nice shot from Hove.
Yeah.
Hove, maybe he's also one of those like 5.5 to 6. I'm not completely sure. Players who have scored in the last 3 games, I believe. But I'm done with, if I had Salvesen or Maigard, I would probably get rid. Salvesen hit the post, but there are so many other good striker alternatives that, and I've seen his price has gone down as well, so that's not good. For Kristiansund, Pellegrino, of course, pitchy scores, but the concern is about his knee. We will not know this game week either if he will play. The guys in the Norwegian podcast said that they didn't bring him in because they heard some news that he will be on the bench. So that's why I didn't captain him. So it's a bit difficult with Pellegrino, but I think for now I'll just keep. And you can see when he came in against Mjøndalen, he scored, so he doesn't need that much time to score. So if you have a Pellegrino already, maybe invest in a Kristiansund defender. Could also be something like Sørmo, who got an assist, looked really good at 4.5. I would maybe get him in instead of Åsbakk because he's a bit cheaper and he's looked good against Strømsgodset.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, Sørmo is a right back. I think he rotates his place with Colley. And it feels like Colley played one, missed one, but I think now he is playing. I think he did not play. He did not feature. I want to check because Colley was someone else I looked at 4.5. But also Alvestad is a center back. He's the captain. Not the one who scored 2 own goals so far, the midfielder. But at 4.4, he dropped, and it was surprising actually. So he could be actually a good pick. So yeah, Colley, that's the one I talk about. Yeah, he played as well. So Sørmo is Sørmo a left back though?
No, I think he played right back, but the defense they play like center backs as right backs. So it's difficult. So
right.
For now, I have Ulvestad as my only Kristiansund because he is nailed at least. But he doesn't. He has only given me like 1 pointers.
Yeah,
he doesn't look like a threat on set pieces as well. But at home, Kristiansund could get some clean sheets in the upcoming games, like next game versus Stabæk. It could be a good game for them.
Yeah, that was confusing because I know both of them are right backs. So Colley played as a center back last game week, so that explains it. So Sørmo, is someone interesting indeed, and I could do a straight swap from Aspark to Sørmo or Alvestad. Depends on really, I don't know, whatever the news we have or predicted lineups from Twitter. Right, so last but not least, Stabæk. It's a big defeat for them against Rosenborg, and Zakariasen finally scored a goal. And even more finally, Slamovic got a goal. So it's like it's 2020 now when Zakariasen and Slamovic score for Rosenborg. Borvin got a jammy assist after like a lot of consideration. It took a full day to see whether Helland or Borvin or no one gets the assist. And and it ended up with Borvin. And that cheeky assist got me a red arrow of, or I lost 200 places just with that assist next day, because he's on by 44.9%, which is insane. So Rosenborg, which is the topic of the day, have they turned the table around? Are they a good place to invest? And if so, what do you think of Hedenstad, Zachariasen? Is he back in the mix? And Borvin, is he the man to go now with the 3 good fixtures: Strom Grotset, Start, and Sandefjord? So what do you think?
Yeah, as you said, this is the topic, and they have really good fixtures. But if I would invest somewhere, I would invest in defense, because, and I would keep Berwin, of course, if you have him, because he didn't look that great against Stabæk. Islamovic looked much better when he came on. He created a lot of chances. I don't think Berwin had like a big chance and a lucky assist he got. So he's still settling in though. So I think in the next 3 games they have Sandefjord, Strømsgodset, Start, and Sandefjord. So I think he will score at least one in those 3 games. Zachariasen, it's funny that when we all owned him, he was like 44% owned, and when he scored, there's only 17% still to own him. And I probably think that's a lot of dead teams. But invest in defense, but they are quite expensive. I wish Tronsen, who is set as a midfielder, was a defender, because he's like in their defense he got 2 assists last game, I believe, and he looked great. But if I would go for a Rosenborg defender, I would go for Hedenstad, because he's on some set pieces and he is like an attacking fullback. And if not, Reginiussen, of course, because he's nailed, because Hovland and Valsvik will switch a lot, I believe. So yeah.
Right. For me, Zachariasen is still a no. I'd like to think of Hedenstad, but he's not expensive in himself, but he's expensive for my team structure. My most expensive player is Pedersen at 5.6. So I need to fund the million backward to get that move done. But also, I like Borvin. I think he's a nailed on, and that's why they bought him. My only concern is when they want another attacker. When they introduced Islamovic, they played much better, but also Borvin was a bit wide as a winger. So the question is he being deployed for that position, or it's just like a matter of tactics for that particular game? So I'm curious to see more of Rosenborg. But Borvin is highly owned. Borvin can haul in any of the next 3 game weeks, and I don't like to be Borvin less when he hauls, because that would hurt a lot. So I'd rather take the punt early. He's not a punt, of course. I take the move early, get on his train, 3 game weeks, and see afterwards if I keep him or I sell him. So I've done the move already, because probably the price will increase more. And I got Borvin in for Salvesen. Sadly, after he dropped, so I did not avoid that 0.1, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, that's about Hedenstad and Borvin for me. Zachariasen, with his price, with how much he was involved in attack up until last game week, with how many midfielders we actually like to own, I think he is a no-go for me, at least. So yeah, that's about my thought. All right, and game week 7 is just close to a start, and of course we will just chat about the captain. So let's start with Harrison and his Smolda, and of course Akram got his bench, James as well. So surely they come back to the main 11. What do you think of Akram as captain option?
Yeah, of course, going to be highly captain this week as well. Good fixture, because he was rested last game and has got a full week of rest as well.
Yeah.
So he will play. I will think he will play like 70 minutes, and that's good for Akram. But Haugesund have kept 3 clean sheets in a row. They also play on grass. Molde is not that used to playing on artificial grass, on grass because they play on artificial grass. So that makes the ball go maybe not that fast as they want when they play. So it could be a good option, but when you look further down to the Bodø/Glimt against the worst defense in the league, it's top versus bottom. I would rather go there, I believe.
All right. Going down the list, I can't go past Bodø/Glimt, who play against Alessand, and Junker, Singernagel, Heide, probably any one of them. Whoever you like, you flip a coin and put it on one of them. But Junker looks very clinical at the minute against Alessand, who are one of the worst defenses in the league so far. And the question is not now. The question is not only whether to captain a Bodø/Glimt, but also is it time to use the two captain chip, which has been a discussion on Slack for our Slackers, and some tweets as well talking about the upside of using the two captains now with 2 of the 3 Bodø/Glimt attackers. So what do you think of this option and Bodø/Glimt against Alessand? Is it the best captain option this week?
Yeah, I believe so. As you said, the team who has scored the most goals against the team who has conceded the most goals. It's typical that this game ends 0-0 now because, but yeah, I will probably captain, and I'm pretty close to pressing that double captainship because I don't have Hauge or Snell, which 2 players I will use it on, and who is Singernagel and Junker. And like the stats shows that they attack the best, they score the most goals, and you want them to face a team who concede a lot of chances and goals. That is awesome, and also they have got a week's rest, so they maybe will play a bit more. So yeah, and I've seen a lot of players on Twitter as well considering this. So I think I will do it, but I'm not 100% sure yet because of Molde have a double game week later this season as well.
Well, it's a great option, but on a joke note, on a kidding note, it's not a good option because you are considering Jakob as a captain Jinker. So I'll probably switch it off because I have activated the 2 captain chip. So, but yeah, it looks very good indeed. So, for me, there is always the how to say it, the dilemma whether to use the chip in a double game week. And Molde, we know already that they have got a double game week 12 against Start and Sandefjord, another 2 bad defenses. Probably Sandefjord is less so, but they are still down the list in terms of goals conceded. So the question is, can we also use it in double game week 12? My consideration on this, or my thoughts on this, is that Molde, unless there are injuries, you would expect that James and Ohi will rotate their places. So you would rely pretty much on 90 minutes per each pick. Akram could play 140, 70 minutes each. So he is a nailed-on captain at that game week. So would you actually use a double captain chip, meaning the second captain on someone who might play a game out of 2? Or you would, for example, put it on a defender? That's where I would go personally. Probably I will get Gregerson and hope for double clean sheets. So for me, I feel like there is the double game week upside for that 2 captainship, but also I feel this is a too good game week to ignore using it. So at the moment, it is active for me. Just because I like to see it active on a yellow shirt players, but yeah, I'm very tempted. I'm very tempted as well.
The one thing is that we will get the lineups for the first game of the double game week for Molde. So
yeah,
if you are patient enough and don't see this as a good opportunity, then if you see the first lineup that Leke, James, and Akram starts, You can double captain them, and you know they will at least play in the second game. But we don't know anything about injuries then. We don't know anything about form. We know now that Wood Limp is in great form, and also defensively is not great form.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. I think I will press the button.
Yeah. Going down the list, if you look for differential captains, I don't know actually. So Bran against Sandefjord, Bamba could be a pick. Speaking of a Bran, there was a question on the chat about the best value pick for Bran, probably Crimson, Bamba, or Tyler, or Christiansen as a left back. So Bran against Sandefjord could be a differential captain.
Yeah, definitely. Sandefjord conceded 3 goals against a team who's not scored many goals this season in Sarpsborg. So, and Brown want to bounce back from that 5-0 loss to Bud. Yeah, Komsun is probably the player I would bring in if I would bring in a Brann player, because Bamba is expensive. You want Junker and Børven. I don't think you can have Børven, Junker, and Bamba.
Yeah.
Then your rest of your team will look not that great. And I also think that maybe not this game, but in the games going forward, I think Hustad will get more minutes, because Bamba has not looked that great in the last 2 games. And as well, he's like, when he gets subbed off, he's really angry, which the coach doesn't like. So maybe they will give Hustad more chances. So you could give the armband to Bamba or Komsun if you have them. I would also say Børven, if you have him, could be a differential against Strømsgodset, because they concede a lot of chances.
Yeah.
And if Pellegrin was fit at home to Stabæk, could also be a good differential option.
Yeah. Final captain options, probably from what I can see here, is Rosenborg against Strømsgodset. Børven is a highly owned, will probably be captain. So it could be an early shout for a new Børven. We know the odd Børven, but we don't know the Rosenborg Børven yet. But he could be a captain option if you want to take the punt on the captaincy. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. That could be a great option, but I can't see past the Bundesliga players this week. So,
yeah. Right. So moving on to the next section, and so far we did not hear about Espen yet, so we're not sure anymore if he will be able to join or not. So probably the bench boost will be will fail this episode. But looking ahead, of course we'd like to update about the top 100 template players. So the ownership of the top 100. So I'll get the photo here, and there are not many changes, especially in goalkeeper. Mira and Kleison is still the highest on highest on picks in goalkeeper. Sulheim and Hans Olsen with both 22 and 29%. Daland is still there. Gregerson and Pedersen is still there with 39 and 48%. Gregerson has declined a bit because many people run out of patience. Makes sense. 3 game weeks without playing. So they started to sell for Pedersen, who increased, and probably for other picks like Christiansen, Alvestad perhaps, or Sormo, other picks to consider. No surprise to see Singrenagel with 110% ownership, Ikram 155. So many players have captained Ikram despite being benched last game week. Sandberg 69%. He is down a bit. Last time we checked, he was at 79%. So people started to offload for Pellegrino, who showed up in the list with 51% ownership. And no surprise to see Jonker there with 105%, James 37%, and Børven to take place of Salvesen with 42.7%. Any names missing here? I would expect Hegel to be more on, but Berg is still really highly owned at 42%, but I would assume Hegel is not that far away. Apart from that, the list makes sense to me. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. surprised to see that Holmgren Pedersen actually is that high.
Yeah.
I thought maybe Gregersen, Dalan expect. I thought also that Vogt would be one of the most highly owned Stabæk players, not Solheim and Hank Olsen. But other than that, I have a lot of these players now, so it will be difficult for me to go up the rankings. If not, I have like a good captain. But this will of course change. But in the teams I've seen on Twitter as well, a lot of these players are in those teams. So yeah.
Right. Moving on to the questions now. We have some questions from the community, so I will get them here in front of me. So Amir Rajab, he's asking about the best midfielder under 6.5 million in brackets other than Berg. So I will start by mentioning Salitros, who is my pick for this game week. He is making it in my team at 5.0. There is also Bell from which
Viking.
Yeah, Viking. Bell from Viking at 4.9. He settled very well. He got an assist. Oh no, he did not get an assist. He got an assist in game week 5, but he got 2 bonus points in game week 6 as well without returning. So he looks good option. Other names you have, Jakob, perhaps at 6.5. Who you think?
Yeah, I would, as you said, Stabæk. We'll have some good fixtures after a while. After this Kristiansund game, they have Sarpsborg, Ålesund Start, the next 3. So Edvardsen, Vetlesen, and also the I can't find him on the list.
Norman
here,
Hansen.
But Norman Hansen, not the Sandefjord one. Don't bring him in, but the younger brother. He could also be, because he's like 4.9, I believe.
Okay.
So those are good options. At Kristiansund as well, you have the likes of Kaludra and Sørli, but they rotate a lot with those players. Like Kaludra didn't start last game.
Yeah.
Sørli has also been benched. Askar is also an option, but he is also on and off the bench. So yeah, along with those you said, I would say the Stabæk guys maybe.
Yeah, I have one more name to mention. He's a long shot. A long shot consideration is Trondsen of Rosenborg. He is classified as a midfielder, but he is playing a left back, so he is out of position backwards, which is not great for for fantasy football in general. But he got 2 assists in the last game against Stabæk, and he delivered a lot of crosses as well during the last couple of games after Melling got a send off, and of course he left the Eliteserien officially to France. So you can't take a punt on him, but you'll have to expect that he's gonna play a left back, and you would rely on crosses and assists from crosses. But yeah, I can see better names as well. But he's someone to give a shout out to Bronson. All right, so another question is, which fixtures getting better for Bran? Are there attacker assets worth considering from FPL Nights? Thanks for the question. And who are the standout picks? And he is looking at Kumson himself. So we just touched on it, and we said Bamber could be a good option, but if you look for value, perhaps Kumson is indeed the best one. So what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. We talked about it earlier as well, but Kumson is a good option, but I don't know how we just showed like the midfielders who is highly owned, and I don't know who you bring him in for, because you want Eikrem, you want the 2 Bodø/Glimt midfielders, you want Pellegrino, so you have to maybe get him as a 5th midfielder. But yeah, if I would go for a Brann player for the next couple of games, I would maybe go for a defender, because yes, they conceded 5 goals against Bodø/Glimt, but they're really good. But before that, their defensive numbers look quite good, and they face some teams that maybe not scored that much. So maybe a Kolskogen at 5.0 could be a good option if you want to go for a defensive player from Brann.
All right. Mark Daniels, he's asking, would you use the double captainship on Singer and Younger this game week? And what is the deal with the Gregerson, keep or sell? So we mentioned already he is an option to consider. Gregerson, last game week, they said they might feature. He is almost ready. So if he is the only problem you have in your team, then probably I will consider to ditch. But I would imagine that you have other moves to make. So I would keep for at least one more week and assess afterwards. Because if he's not fit after a week, then you'll have 2 game weeks in a week as well, midweek and the next weekend. So there is a chance that he doesn't feature in game week 7. Double captain, Chip, I think is a good option. Any thoughts? Any additional thoughts on that?
No, I think you summed it up quite nicely there.
Yeah.
I agree with you on what you said, yeah.
Yeah. Ganesh, with the last question we have for the day, best defense for the next 5 game weeks. So what I'm going to do here is I will share the table, the fixture ticker provided by FPL Stimive. Brilliantly done. I didn't get the latest update with which is after game week 6, but here we go from game week 7 to game week 11. And Molde, they have the best fixtures, but again, they don't keep a lot of clean sheets. Rosenborg could be an option. 3 good fixtures for the attack and the defense, so you'd like to think that Hedenstad could be a good option. Christiansen is have a good fixtures as well. Stabæk, Bodø Glimt is a tricky one, Valerenga, and Brann and Sandefjord afterwards. So I can see 3 clean sheets in 5. So Alvestad, Surmo could be good options there. Bodø Glimt, they have good fixtures, but I would rather put them in the attack rather than the defense. If you would like to get a defender, then I would say Smets, the goalkeeper at 5.0, could be a secure option. Cheaper than a Bjorkan. But yeah, Bjorkan got a bonus points last game week, so he could be an option as well. Brann have good fixtures as well, so Christiansen could be an option. Acosta, I think he is still nailed on his place, so he is a pick as well. What do you think, Jakob, in terms of the defenses that we should consider buying? Because it looks like the clean sheets are random this season in Eliteserien, as expected.
Yeah, there are 2 to 3 teams I would go for here, but unfortunately the defenders in these teams are quite expensive, so you have to compromise because we want the highly priced midfielders and of course attackers as well. But Molde, I would maybe stay clear, so you could bring one of those bit high priced to go to a Rosenborg, because I think they will keep at least in the next 5 games at least 3 or 4 clean sheets. I would go for a Brann defender. They also have some nice fixtures, and I will actually go for a Sarpsborg defender because their defensive stats have been good. They have the keeper hasn't been great because they have conceded the few chances they have conceded, but they have Sandefjord, Start, Stabæk, Odd, and Viking, and Odd without Børven as well. So they face teams that doesn't score a lot of goals. And Sarpsborg last season as well didn't concede a lot of goals. So maybe the likes of Thomassen, he's quite expensive, but an attack Molde, no, Sarpsborg, Rosenborg, and Brann, I would go for a defender from there.
Yeah. Let's see the chat. Who we if we have a couple of questions before we end the episode. Let's see. All right, so let me go to Neil Baxter saying as well that Crimson could be the best value. We just touched on it during the episode. All right, so the one and the only Smith. It's a long name. He's asking to it would be great to hear who you guys think are the 5 teams with the best fixtures coming up. We just touched on it. We still emphasize that Rosenborg, Molde, Kristiansand, Bodø/Glimt, and Brann perhaps they have the best fixture bit moving forward defensively and offensively. So good investment there. Let's go and look at our teams, how we're shaping up next game week. So I will start with your team, Jakob. I see Singranagel is a captain, Ikram is vice captain. Have you made any moves? Are you considering the 2 captainships? What are the plan? What is the plan?
Yeah. Done one transfer already. I did right after the last game week finished. I took out Berisha and brought in Junko because it was stupid of me to wait that long. I took in Berisha on my wildcard instead of Junko because I believed it would be a bit of a differential, and I didn't think Junko would score that much in Odd away and Brann at home. There are 2 defenses that had been really good, but he scored 4 and assisted 1 or 2, I believe. So I didn't win on that. So I just have to face the loss and bring him in. I think he's almost 1 million more expensive than when the game launched. So I lose some money there. And the captain is on Singranagel, but as you said, I will maybe use the double captainship. I'm thinking of doing more, but I don't want to use another -4 because I've done that in the last couple of weeks. I will probably wait. And if we have to see with Gregersen, of course, but I think I will only just bring in Nakim or Vogt and not use a transfer to bring him out this week. But yeah, that's my team.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, I'll put my team here. You see, the double captain is active. I've activated the double captainship for all the reasons that we've mentioned during the stream. I'm still keeping Makani in goal. I have a double molded defense who did not pay off just yet since a wild card 3 weeks ago. Peterson and Gregersen is still there. Aspak is still there. I feel like I need to make a change now on the defense, but I have already used 2 free transfers. So any other move would be for a hit. Really depends if I end up without enough defenders in my team. Daland is waiting as a first sub against Salzburg. It's not too bad if one of them miss out, because ideally, if I have a spot for him, I would start Daland. But I still fancy Aspak and Gregersen more, so it's tough. Yeah. So it could be good news if one of them misses out, because already I played Daland. But yeah, he's a first sub. And Johnson against Brann, I don't expect much from them, so he's second sub. Ikram is there, Hagen is there, Salitros is one of my 2 transfers. He is in for at least a couple of game weeks. We will see how it goes. Pellegrino is there. Borven is a new signing as well. Junker and Singranagel are the captains. I feel like both of them have higher upside than Hege. Hege can get an assist and 3 bonus points, but Singranagel, he doesn't get a lot of bonus points, so he has to do the hard work in terms of doing assists or scoring from open play, but he has also the advantage of the penalties. So between both of them, it's like a 60-40 for me towards Singranagel. Junker is a logged-in captain. If I deactivate, just a disclaimer, if I deactivate the chip, I would still go for Junker as a captain. Yeah. So Singranagel is a second captain in my case. But a lot of good options as well. Borven could be a good option, but I think I play safe with going with Junker. So yeah, let's see. All right, so this is the end of the stream. I'd like to thank everyone who joined the stream here. I know that the games has finished now. Man City, Burnley, and Sheffield United secured wins and the clean sheets as well. So happy days for the owners. And Liverpool will go next. So I'll let you go, guys, to watch the Salah and TAA points this evening. And Jakob, thanks so much for joining me here. Good luck with the moves and next game week.
Thank you. Good luck, everyone.
Yeah, and good luck, everyone. Please like, share, and subscribe if you are first time around here, and catch you next time. Ciao.